All right. Now it is time for an update to our Trouble with Kevin Spacey video. There's more news. It actually came out like the same day we recorded the first one. But we didn't notice we were recording, so what are you going to do?
Yeah, we're busy working, damn it.
Either way, so justice was done. Kevin Spacey's attorney says he is deeply thankful to jury after being found not liable in Anthony Rapp no place abuse lawsuit. Kevin Spacey's attorney declared justice was served in a statement released by his attorney, Kevin Spacey's attorney's attorney, I guess. That's what it's, after he was cleared of those claims. Accuser Anthony Rapp testified that he had been performing in the play Precious Sons in 1986 alongside Ed Harris when he met Spacey. Rapp and his friend John Barrowman were invited backstage while watching Spacey perform in the play Long Day's Journey into Night. He said Spacey invited him out for dinner, or them out to dinner, and then to a club in Manhattan called Limelight. Rapp was 14 at the time. That's way too young partying at clubs. Way too young.
Dinner in New York at 14. Who do you think you're, a Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah. Your allowance doesn't cover that. According to Rapp, Spacey gave him his address and invited him over to his apartment a few days later, where he was allegedly no place assaulted. During the civil trial, Rapp, 51, alleged that Spacey lifted him up and thrust his erect member onto his body in an office of the New York Shakespeare Festival in 1981. Well, that's weird. That's a typo. There's got to be a typo in there. How did that happen in 1981 when he met him in 1986? It says right there. This is breaking news.
Mistrial.
Yeah. Spacey consistently denied the no place abuse claims. Following his loss in court, Rapp issued a statement saying that he will continue to advocate for victims and survivors. Kevin Spacey's attorney declared that justice was served on Thursday. Speaking on his behalf, his attorney said, Mr. Spacey is grateful to live in a country where the citizens have a right to trial by impartial jurors who made their decision based on evidence and not rumor or social media, as well as a country where a grown man can press his erect member into a 14-year-old boy. That's also great.
Says Kevin Spacey, not Josh.
Two things can be true. Their verdict was swift and decisive. She said, justice was done today. The jury panel in New York City found after a 3-week trial that Star Trek actor Anthony Rapp did not prove that the Oscar winner made an unwanted sexual advance on him when he was 14. He should have showed him the impression.
You mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna pressing in.
Oh,
like, look at that.
You can see my confusion seeing how Kevin Spacey is known to be good at impressions.
Yeah, that's what the lawsuit's about.
Yep.
He is deeply thankful to this particular jury, she continued. This was a highly educated group of 6 women and 5 men, all except one college graduate, and most with graduate degrees. Oh, they were college-educated jurors. Their verdict was swift and decisive, she said. Justice was done today. Jury panel in New York City found after a 3-week Wait a minute. I read all that.
Rookie.
Shh. Guys, stop it. All right. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Almost looks like the same picture.
So, yeah, immediately after Keller said, we are very grateful that this American jury saw through these false allegations. Spacey is deeply grateful, she said at the time. What's next is Mr. Spacey is going to be proving that he's innocent of anything that he's been accused of. Even the gay stuff?
Even the gay stuff.
Like, I will prove that I like chicks. Watch me press this into him. Anthony Anthony Rapp, now 51,
Impersonate her.
accused Spacey of making an unwanted sexual advance on him in 1986 when he was 14 years old and Spacey was 26. Oh, so it was the same year that he met him, not 5 years before.
Typo.
Yeah. Mostly I'm disappointed. I got excited about the possibility of time machines for a minute. I don't need any more crystal clear Pepsi. After Rapp's lost Thursday, because that's what I would do. After Rapp's lost Thursday, the Star Trek actor also released a statement thanking the jury for hearing his story and doubling down on his plans to continue advocating for victims and survivors. I am deeply grateful for the opportunity to have my case heard before a jury, and I thank the members of the jury for their service. Bringing this lawsuit was always about shining a light as part of the larger movement to stand up against all forms of no-place violence. I plan to keep on advocating for efforts to ensure that we can live and work in a world that is free from no-place violence of any kind. You know, it just sounds silly when he says it. I sincerely hope that survivors continue to tell their stories and fight for accountability. And that's the guy right there. Guy on the right with the blonde hair. I think the other guy must be his lawyer. That's what I would guess by the arm being wrapped like that. Seems like it's probably his lawyer.
Yeah, it looks like that dude Chris Chrisley or whoever from Chrisley Knows Best. The lawyer, obviously.
Yeah. The lawyer boyfriend.
They could be boyfriends.
That would explain why he's got his arm like that.
Let's see a picture of them kissing.
That's how
Just
I walk.
proof.
I mean, all acceptable things to do with your lawyer. Over the years, Spacey has repeatedly denied the allegation made by Rapp and said he had never been alone with the actor. Deliberations began in mid-afternoon after a lawyer for Rapp, Richard Steigman, urged jurors to make Spacey pay for trying to Rapp in 1986 after... That's an algorithm word. In Spacey's Manhattan apartment, he accused Spacey of lying on the witness stand. Rapp's lawyer, Steigman, urged jurors to discredit Spacey's recollection of the events. It's inconsistent. It's not worthy of your belief. It's inconceivable.
You know you want to do the impression.
Well, not now.
Do it.
Inconceivable.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot I could do a pretty good Wallace Shawn impression.
Not me, dude. I knew you could.
During the trial, Rapp called 5 witnesses, including Andrew Holtzman, who alleged that Spacey lifted him up and thrust his erect... Stop it. And thrust... You know what? That's actually a good sense. Into his body in an office of the New York Shakespeare Festival in 1981. Holtzman said that Spacey did not speak during the incident while he shouted, "Get off of me! Get off of me!" During his testimony, it's inconceivable.
Oh, it's conceivable.
During his testimony... Yeah, I'll let that one go. During his testimony, Rapp described how he had been performing in the play Precious Sons in 1986 alongside Ed Harris when he met Spacey.
It's just the title of the...
Yeah,
oh, man.
That's
What's the
coincidentally
title
was Spacey's nickname for Rapp. Rapp and his friend John Barrowman, the star of the BBC series Torchwood, who was 19 at the time, went to see the play Long Day's Journey into Night, which coincidentally is what happened to Rapp, starring Jack Lemmon and Spacey, and were invited backstage. Spacey invited them out for dinner and then to a club in Manhattan called Limelight. According to Rapp, Spacey gave him his address and... Dude, I know I've read all this before.
Yeah.
But I've been scrolling down.
I know.
This person is getting paid by the word here, and nobody is checking. Like, the editor is looking at this and going, I'm not seeing anything wrong here. What are you just skimming? Do your job, dude.
Yeah, it also shows how much we prep for the shows. Load it up. We're ready.
At most, I read the bullet points. Spacey, who was 26 at the time, came in a while later, apparently drunk after everyone else had gone. Rapp said that Spacey picked him up like a groom takes a bride over the threshold. I like how he... Like, all right. Oh, you're my precious son. And then I guess this is going to be a long day's journey in the night.
After being at the limelight.
He said, I was confused. I was thinking I didn't know what was happening. Motioning with his hands to the jury, Rapp said that Spacey's hands were up my back, coming over the top of my... It was either that or... Yeah, kidding.
Grab me like this, and then... That's amore. Oh, man.
Spacey's chest was pressed firmly into my chest, Rapp said, leaving him kneeling, pinned to the bed. Anyone else getting hot thinking about Kaiser Sose pressing on you like that? No? K-Pax? K-Pax not doing it for you?
He did bite that banana.
Rapp said at that moment, I knew something was really wrong. I had to get out of there. I was feeling very frozen. I felt like a deer in headlights. I didn't know what to do. I managed to wriggle out from underneath him, moving his body to show the jury the motion. How do you think that went?
Something like this.
Yeah. Yeah, like a...
Or like maybe he scooted his ass this way, bouncing them and then sliding that way. Wait, so I also think that Kevin Spacey can make a claim that if this did happen, he didn't know how to have sex because he's pinning his chest,
like stabbing his ween into his stomach.
Yeah,
like, is this how it works?
You were drunk. I got in a hole. That's a belly button.
So Rapp told the jury that after that incident, he watched Spacey's films, including L.A. Confidential and The Ref, out of a sense of professional duty, even though it made him uncomfortable. So it's just like, this is years down the line. You're like, oh, Kevin Spacey's got a new movie. I guess I'll watch it. I don't wanna, cause that guy pressed his ween into me, but I hear it's a good movie.
Could you imagine all of a sudden him, like, you're enjoying the movie Seven? You're like, God, this is good. Brad Pitt's hot, and all of a sudden Kevin Spacey
walks in.
No!
It was like, it's like, I know what's in the box. I know what's in the box. But he stopped doing so after American Beauty because Spacey's character becomes infatuated with the teenage girl. Rapp said it felt unpleasantly familiar. No additional jokes needed. According to Rapp, the incident had a lingering effect on him, shutting his eyes as he said that he sometimes felt frozen and that he had disturbing, intrusive thoughts about it. And then he started going, let it go, let it go.
As he's braiding his blonde wig.
That would be Kevin Spacey. Let it go. Asked by one of his lawyers if he was making it up, Rapp's voice went deep with emotion as he said, this is something that happened to me. It was not okay. I was just trying to
say, I bet that was deeper.
I'm not an actor. Also the ween. Rapp became rattled under forensic cross-examination from Jennifer Keller, Spacey's lawyer. She suggested that he made up his allegations because he was jealous and claimed that he became enraged every time he read about Spacey winning another award.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
So it was just like that. The fact that there was this other actor out there, like that he had just pinned his hopes and dreams, like he just was like, this guy is my mark here. I have to do better than him. He's my competitor.
Here, let's be controversial. I could totally see where that's real. I could totally see where he knew Spacey when he was young. His career is going, whoa. And then you got this dude on House of Cards who's been on top of his game, and he's like, you know what? We have a secret, and I'm going to tell everybody.
Yeah, but I would say House of Cards. I mean, is that top of the game, or is that like second wind top of the game or something?
Dude.
Whereas Anthony Rapp, his career seemed to be going places at the time.
What was he in last?
Well, you'd gotten on that Star Trek show and was doing that.
So that was,
4 years ago or something like that.
So this whole time, I just figured he was on Star Trek Enterprise when he was a kid, dude.
No.
That's what I thought. The kid from Stand By Me, he's still milking that.
He's yeah. Come on, you guys remember me on that, don't you? Shut up, Will. Miss Keller contrasted Spacey winning his second Oscar for American Beauty in 1999 with Rapp's failed music career, where he sold just 26 CDs after one gig.
Ooh.
She said that if Spacey was, after a gig, I don't, think if I was, teenager, early 20s or something, I did a gig and I sold 26 CDs at like what, pop or something? That's not a shabby night.
Yeah, but you're thinking as a guy who your career at 16 wasn't being an actor and...
But, let's, like, he, say selling 26 CDs after one gig where, like, what do you do?
How many did Feldman sell on his first album?
I don't know.
That's a good thing to put that in the comment section.
Yeah, what's your favorite Corey Feldman song? Let us know in the comment.
I won't tell you what Josh's is.
Mine's Ascension Millennium.
Why did you say it?
Yeah, because it is.
You're going to push everybody towards that.
If they say it, then I'll take their word for it because it's a good song. She said that if Spacey was nobody, then Rapp would not have continued to tell people about his Kevin Spacey story. Mrs. Keller said to Rapp, "Do you really expect us to believe that you were not envious of someone who won multiple Oscars, Tonys, was nominated for multiple Emmys and Golden Globes? You wanted to be that person, didn't you?" Rapp replied, "I did not want to be this person." So she said, like, because the other way you go around telling the stories is to be like, "Hey, you guys know I met Kevin Spacey once." Really left an impression on me. Miss Keller got Rapp to admit that it was not true that he was inspired to speak out in 2017 after reading an article in the New York Times by Lupita Nyong'o. In fact, he had started speaking to a BuzzFeed journalist 8 days before.
Ooh.
Rapp admitted it was not true after the judge admonished him for not answering directly.
Like that picture with the dude. Looks like he steals cars and paints them a different color, and this guy
Kevin
with the
Spacey?
sad eyebrows.
That's Kevin Spacey. Mask on.
Who the hell's the artist? That looks more like the dad from Over the Top.
Yeah.
I don't know the actor's name. All I know is don't try and take Hawk's son.
Yeah. In another difficult moment for Rapp, he agreed that he was accustomed to having a man lay on top of him at the time, as Ed Harris, who played his father in Precious Sons, did exactly that in one scene in the play. Maybe Maybe he just forgot that Kevin Spacey was helping him rehearse.
So, I guess I gotta see what that play is about. So the play was
think
about
you know
a
what it's
dad.
about a precious son. And a dad who a dad who thinks that his son is very precious, cares so much about him that he protects him with his body as he sleeps at night. Just lays on top of him like that. I imagine his just hands up like that, and he just doesn't move. Makes sure that his son stays nice and safe and warm under daddy's breast.
Who would you rather do? Ed Harris or Kevin Spacey?
Ed Harris.
Really?
Yeah, he was in The Rock.
To clarify, the movie, not the actor.
As far as we know.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I would go with Ed also. He seems more gettable. Less selfish.
Like, he seems manlier. You know, no offense to Kevin Spacey, and that's saying he's not manly. He's just very metropolitan, I would say. You know, where Ed Harris has that, you know, like, if he called me his precious son, I would believe him. I'd be like, thank you, Daddy.
I just imagine sharing a beer with Ed after making love compared to Kevin, where he's going to want to go do a play and then he's going to want to talk about our friends at the book club.
Because it's going to be like a beer and a cigar, not like a cigarette on one of those long cigarette filters that with ladies from the 20s would
and
smoke.
You don't have to sit with your legs crossed like that while talking about like the latest French movie.
You're sitting on the couch, not on a chaise.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, hashtag Ed Harris.
Yeah.
Nice.
Although, with Kevin Spacey, you do get to go to brunch after. Mimosas.
Yeah, but also cucumber sandwiches.
That's tea. That's tea. Cantaloupe, though.
I would imagine he might do something else with cantaloupe, and a cucumber might give him a little during lunch. Brunch.
Sounds like it's going to be a fun Sunday.
I'm still going with Ed.
Let's see.
Leave that in a comment in the section. Ed or Kevin?
Miss Keller also questioned why Rapp's mother would let her 14-year-old son walk around the streets of New York after midnight to go to a party with Spacey, who he barely knew. Rapp said that his childhood was unusual, but he had proved he deserved his independence. During his testimony, I mean, like, from the sounds of it didn't sound like the kid was doing anything wrong. Right? Well, he's an actor, and he's hanging out with actors. You know,
I believe the actual statement, and don't quote me on this, was my childhood was unusual, especially all the I was having with adults. Take it with a pinch of salt. I heard that from a source. I swear I'm not trying just to have a good punchline in here. Swear.
The Rapp said that, during his testimony, Spacey said that he was shocked and frightened when he learned about the allegations in the BuzzFeed article in 2017. Spacey said that he had never been alone with Rapp, and he didn't know how that allegation could possibly be true. With tears in his eyes, Spacey said that his team of advisors and publicists knew this wasn't me. His team of advisors and publicists knew that it wasn't him, and that was a tearful moment for him. He said, I was never interested in children. Like you should, like if that's your go-to defense. Spacey hit back at Rapp's claim in the BuzzFeed article that he was a fraud for not coming out. He revealed for the first time that his father was a neo-bad guy from World War II, and that taught him to never, ever talk about his private life. Spacey became emotional as he apologized for coming out after being accused, as it linked the incident with Rapp to being gay. He said, I was accused by the gay community of trying to change the subject or trying to deflect or conflating allegations with being gay, which was never my intention.
FYI, this is also all in the Trouble with Kevin Spacey video. So
yeah, some of this is recapping. Spacey dabbed his eyes with the tissue as he said, I would never have done anything to hurt the gay community, and I was so upset that happened.
That's why I would go with Ed Harris. I can imagine it would. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a
I have to own that. It's my responsibility, and I put it out there. It was really wrong, and it was really bad, and I'm deeply sorry. It was
Make
really
him
bad.
sound like Audrey Hepburn, dude.
In court, Rapp appeared nervous and tense, and on breaks he often got hugs from his husband, Ken, who sat in the front row today.
Whoa, Kevin Spacey's married?
No, Anthony Rapp is married to Ken.
Oh,
Ken Rapp.
was that the guy who was?
There's probably his lawyer. Yeah.
Huh.
His husband's his lawyer. Good for him.
Kenny.
Spacey appeared much more relaxed and calm and was seen chatting with his lawyers or his live-in manager, Evan Lowenstein, who was in court each day.
Live-in manager?
Live-in manager.
Kevin?
Yeah.
2 Kevins? Ooh.
No, Evan.
Oh, Evan, it's Kevin. Kevin, it's Evan. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
At one point, he went up to a court sketch artist in the public gallery and asked to see her picture of him and nodded in approval. Ah, that guy, he's so lovely.
They did give him a great jawline.
The tension between Spacey and Rapp was palpable, and at one point, Rapp stopped and closed his eyes to allow Spacey to walk in front of him. Come on. You watched his movies for 20 years after this happened.
Not after American Beauty. That's where he draws the line.
American Beauty was like, I didn't know he was into girls. Click. Right? Yeah. Rapp called Lisa Raccio, a forensic psychologist who said he was suffering from delayed onset PTSD from his experience with Spacey.
Did you say Ralph Macchio?
Yes. Karate Kid. Spacey called his own forensic psychologist, Dr. Andrew Bardet, who disagreed and said Rapp met some of the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder.
Bard gay.
I mean, I feel like I don't think like most people are going to meet some of the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder. Like, all right, is there any time that you're selfish and you want something for you or something like that? I mean, I don't know what's on the test or something, but imagine if there's anything that's like that. You're like, you ever feel this way about something? People will be like, yeah, I feel that way about things sometimes.
We should totally take the test.
Find out if we're narcissists.
We should totally do it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the truth coming out. Another key witness was Barrowman, who said in a video deposition that he flirted with Spacey on their night out with Rapp. Which one's Barrowman? He's not in here. I'm not seeing any pictures. Look at that cute little Anthony Rapp right there. I don't know, man. If I was Spacey, I feel like I'd be going for that Feinstein guy.
Wait a minute.
Looks like a Scott Baio over here.
Wait a second. I thought Anthony Rapp was a black kid.
Why would you think he was a black kid?
This.
Like, we've scrolled through pictures of the guy. No.
That's him?
Yes. That's Ken. That's Ken. That's Anthony. Ken, Anthony, Ken, Anthony.
What was his albums?
What?
He sold
know what
26 CDs? That was Rapp.
Because his name is Rapp.
Oh, wow.
You're fired. Barrowman told the jury that while Rapp was in the bathroom, Spacey playfully pushed him on the bed with his arm so they were lying next to each other. Dude, I swear, we've already read through this.
Well, for sure, at least once on the original video.
Oh, this is Barrowman. This is when Barrowman. Okay. They both had the same experience. Yeah. So Barrowman said, he leaned to the side to talk to me with his arm on top of me. It didn't affect me in a bad way. I didn't feel threatened. But Barrowman knew it probably wasn't the best situation to be in because Rapp's age. So he pushed him off and they both got up. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Hold on a sec. Born in New Jersey in 1959, Spacey studied at New York's prestigious Juilliard School and made his professional stage debut in 1981. He won an Oscar for his role in 1995's The Usual Suspects and a second Academy Award for American Beauty in 2000. Didn't care for that. In 2015, he received an honorary knighthood and a special Olivier Award for his contribution to British theater. He was accused of groping an 18-year-old at a bar in Massachusetts in 2016, but the case was dropped when the accuser refused to testify about a missing phone. In August, a judge in the U.S. ruled he must pay $31 million to MRC, the producers of House of Cards, for his firing in 2017. Burn. Among the roles taken away from Spacey was oil tycoon J. Paul Getty in Ridley Scott's All the Money in the World, which was reshot using Christopher Plummer. A Netflix biopic of Gore Vidal starring Spacey has been permanently shelved. The jury's decision comes ahead of another trial in the UK that Spacey faces next year. Spacey is due to stand trial for five no-place assault allegations related to three men between 2005 and 2013, a period when he was creative director of the Old Vic Theater. He has pleaded not guilty. So, yeah, Spacey's on the loose. Lock your sons up.
Lock the men's. Lock the children. Lock the boys.
Yeah.
They all need to be locked up.
Your daughters are okay.
Yeah.
At least from...
You might give him a sassy comment about what they're wearing, but...
If he's trying to prove a point...
Anthony Rapp's also on the loose and apparently identifies with teenage girls, so lock your women, lock your children. Got a couple Hollywood weirdos.
Gonna disparage Anthony Rapp there.
I saw that picture. He kind of looked like the kid from the kid with the Playboy from Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, except with glasses. Or Anthony Michael Hall, kind of. Yeah.
Look at that picture of Ed Harris. The much more shadowed top half of his face back in the 80s.
I remember William O'Leary. One of the Amityville Horrors.
Oh.
Quote me on it.
All right. Oh.
It's a movie where his forehead was... That's what I remember.
All right. That's your update on William O'Leary. Thanks for watching.